All right, so today we have a clip here of Pete Buttigieg absolutely destroying Tucker Carlson. He went on Joy Reid's show yesterday night, I believe, and here is the clip.
East Palestine is overwhelmingly white, and it's politically conservative. More than 70% of the voters in the surrounding county supported Donald Trump in the last election. That shouldn't be relevant, but as you're about to hear, it very much is. Imagine if this had happened in...
Because people like Tucker Carlson and Charlie Kirk and other conservatives are making that fact relevant. Just a side note.
Well, the favored cities of Philadelphia and Detroit. If this affected the rich or the favored poor, it would be the lead of every news channel in the world. But it happened to the poor, benighted town of East Palestine, Ohio, whose people are forgotten and, in the view of the people who lead this country, forgettable.
By the way, I will note that it's been the lead on this show multiple times, including tonight, which is why you're here in our A block. And Detroit is like right near Flint. But anyway, I'm going to allow you to respond because this is a meme that keeps people in places like Palestine voting for people like Donald Trump, who then deregulate the train lines that poison them. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where Tucker Carlson was when they were trying to dismantle the EPA, which is now maybe the main thing standing between the people of East Palestine and ecological disaster.
All right.
Look, they're always ready to take it back to race. But the reality is that we're going to serve everybody. That's how this administration works. We're not out there to bring resentment. We're out there to bring results. And what our focus was today, and our focus, by the way, from the first hours when we had our Department of Transportation personnel on the ground, from those very first hours in this response all the way through today and well into the future, for as long as it takes. The focus is to make sure that people get the information they need, the support that they need, and the accountability that is needed for corporations like Norfolk Southern to clean up this mess.
Get them, Pete.
There is a long pattern of voices like that in the ideological media, let's call it that.
Okay.
Trying to pit people against each other, only to turn around and support policies that are especially hard on working class and low income people of every race. Because one thing, you know how a broken clock is right at least twice a day. One thing he's exactly right about is that environmental disasters tend to happen more frequently and more painfully to lower income communities. We call that environmental justice, and yet if I use those words, I'm sure he'll be the first one to say that we're too woke to be paying attention to the bread and butter of our jobs. Part of the bread and butter of our job is to keep people safe from being harmed or killed, which is what regulation, sometimes an unpopular word, is all about. It's what enforcement is all about. It's what accountability is all about.
God damn!
We restored some of that regulation and enforcement and accountability that was stripped away when we got here. I know that's going on the EPA side. That's definitely going on with us on the Department of Transportation side. And we will continue that as long as we have this honor of serving, because what we came here to do is to protect every American, and I mean every American, who comes into contact with our transportation system.
And that was it. That we didn't. That was all we got. We only got it was only like 2.5 minutes of Mayor Pete. Everybody, absolutely, very elegantly, just fucking decimating Tucker Carlson. And a lot of the stuff that he said was 100% right. And the thing that I really want to focus on is, I don't know where he said it at, but he said that, regulation, depending on who you ask, you ask a conservative, the word regulation is terrible. That's a bad thing. You ask someone that may consider themselves a progressive, you hear the word regulation, they'll probably argue that regulation is a good thing. And I think he said it best. I really do, when he said that, how do we keep people safe? Fucking regulation. This is not something that we sit here and can debate or, say, well, actually, this is how I feel about it. Here's how it is. And this isn't something that I feel like anyone needs to be saying. Not me, not Pete, not anybody. Not on the news, not on this video, whatever. Okay, so if we deregulate things, deregulate industries, start doing away with certain things. Maybe inspections, doing less inspections, not doing as a thorough of an inspection of whatever it is you might be inspecting or whatever. There is no world. They say regulation hurts the small businessman. It hurts small businesses. It does this. There is no world where regulation is an inherently bad thing. Okay? A lot of people will probably take issue with what I just said there. But regulation is one of the key ways that we can keep working class Americans safe when they go to work, so that they don't have to run the risk of possibly dying because of lack of safety, a lack of just safety on the job, a lack of things that would create a safe environment on the job. Okay, regulation is what helps people be safe. I'll give you an example. I'll give you guys an example. If the food industry, the food service industry, the grocery store, that is all regulated in a bunch of different ways. Here's one way. I used to work at a grocery store. I worked in the produce department. That is fresh food. We would get trucks, deliveries. They would come in through the back. We would unload them. And then we would also, everything took place in this small back room. We had a cooler. We had these counters that we would cut fruit and shit on when we would put the stuff where it needed to go. We would have people that would come and check and make sure that we were, sanitizing correctly. We weren't keeping stuff on the floor. We weren't doing things that we're not supposed to do so people don't get sick. If, let's say, they just decided, one day, the people who were in charge of whatever this department, the food safety department of America, those people were just like, okay, you want to know what? We're going to stop doing routine inspections for sanitization and cleanliness at grocery stores and restaurants. You and me and a lot of other people would get very sick if that happened. Even with all the regulation we have, people still get sick, people still get hurt, people still get fucked up because people don't do their jobs right. The regulation isn't even enforced correctly. Another thing that Pete said that was, I thought a great point. You hear the word regulation, and it really is a charged word in our society when it doesn't have to be and it shouldn't be. Regulation helps keep people safe. It is a fact. You cannot argue with that. You cannot say, I don't agree with that. If you don't agree with that, you are wrong. That's all I want to hear out your mouth. If that's what you're going to say, well, I guess I'm wrong then because I don't agree with you. Okay? That's what it is. And it's frustrating when I hear people say, it was Trump. He had a quote from 2018 right after he got elected. He was like, we're doing deregulation better than anybody else. I've deregulated so much shit, and it's only been a year, way more than the last guy. So much deregulation, and I was like, I mean, it's dumb. We're stupid. This country only cares about money. We really only care about money. That's it. We don't care about the people. We don't care about the people that create the wealth for the wealthy. All we care about is money. It's all about money, guys. So you deregulate. You start doing less stuff. You have to pay less people to work. More money, baby. Yeah. All right. That's it. I'm done. Like the video. Subscribe. Bell. Press it. Next one. See you guys. The next one. I was gonna make another video today. This is the second upload, but I'm not. It's only 2 today. So you guys get 2 though. 2. You got 2.